It's time for another vegetable garden update. Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to the Shades of Green Show. It's been over a month since our last vegetable garden update, so, well, that's what we're going to do today. As you can see, the tomatoes are doing wonderful. We're about 3 inches above normal for our rainfall this year, and now that that's over, things are really shooting up. I have not had a 7-foot tall tomato plant in a long time. As I mentioned in previous videos, we're doing a string method this year, and it's working really well. I found a lot of great uses for these little plastic clamps. I've used them to attach the tomato to the wire cage in the back. I've also used it to secure the cucumber to the wire trellis. Very useful, and they're reusable, so I expect to get years of use out of these clamps. I'll put the link below to where I found these. I got a bag of like 100 of them on Amazon. We've already harvested several tomatoes. Everything's looking good here. Cucumbers have cucumbers on them. I'll talk about my zucchini in a little bit. I've got a little problem with that, but otherwise you can see we just have tons and tons of tomatoes. Probably the best crop of cherry tomatoes I've ever had. Down here, this was our garlic and onions. Now we've harvested the garlic because it was good and ready. The onions, probably a little premature, but they were really beaten down by the rain and weren't showing any signs of recovering. So I've harvested all the garlic and all the onions. I've got them hanging to dry out in the barn. And as I've said before, I always like to have a living root in the ground because that contributes to all the wonderful microbial activity in the soil, which happens around the root zone. So as soon as the onions and garlic were out, I immediately came back. I've planted another eggplant. This is a fairy tale. I've got 3 different kinds of peppers. And then I went through our zinnia tables and found all the zinnias that just really didn't look good at all, and they weren't going to be purchased by our customers. So I grabbed those and threw them back here, added a little fertilizer, a couple of days of sunshine, and they're perking right up. So this bed went from garlic and onions to flowers and peppers right away. Still nothing happening in the potato bed. I'm about to rip this out and put something else here. Our peppers over here are looking great. I've got red, yellow, and green bell peppers. We've already harvested some green bell peppers. And I've got 1 or 2 other, have a mammoth jalapeno back there and a big Bertha, which is supposed to be a huge bell pepper. Those are all doing wonderful. Here is one of my 2 zucchini plants. I have found this year that I have had nearly all male flowers and no female flowers, which means I've got no pollination going on, so I have no squash. That can happen if you have an unusual weather event in a year, and we've had a ton of rain. It's been cloudy and overcast and very wet this spring. I expect that to correct itself soon now that we've got some sunshine, but let me show you what I mean. Camera, you can just stay right there. Your male flowers are going to stick straight up on a single stem, and if you look inside them, you'll see a stamen, okay? That's where the pollen's going to come from. Your female flowers will usually be popping out on the side and have a little bulge right behind the flower, which looks like it could be a fruit about to happen. But if that doesn't get pollinated, it won't. So I've had an abundance of male flowers, no female flowers. Therefore, I've had no zucchinis form on my zucchini plant yet. But hopefully the sunshine will change that. Eggplant, I've got a classic and a millionaire here. I'm going to have fruit. I've got fruit on both of them right now. Probably be harvesting an eggplant off the millionaire very soon. Eggplant looking fantastic. This whole bed has just been doing wonderful with the exception of no fruiting on the zucchini plant. Down here, we still have peaches on our peach tree. They're getting bigger. We've got lots of blackberries starting to ripen on the blackberry tree or bush, vine. Just a wonderful harvest this year. For those of you who've never grown blackberries, you don't want to pick them when they're black and shiny. You want to pick them when they're black and dull. You want a matte finish, not a gloss finish. When you see them go dull, they're going to have a much sweeter flavor. If I eat this one right here, it's going to be a bit tart. And certainly do not put the red ones in your mouth. That'll make you pucker for sure. Watermelon is doing wonderful. It's spilling over. I'm going to let it fill in this whole space. I've got 2 different kinds here, a sugar baby and another small variety. These are all icebox. They're going to get about the size of a cantaloupe, maybe a little bit larger. So by and large, I'm very happy with everything. We lost the potatoes early in the season. I'm waiting for the zucchini to have some female flowers so it can start producing fruit. But otherwise, things are looking really good here in the staff vegetable garden at Shades of Green. So I'm Tim, and I want to thank you for watching the Shades of Green show. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please below in the comments, post some photos or some videos of your own gardens. We'd love to hear how you're doing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you have any questions, send those to us. We'll be happy to help you out. If you've got questions about gardening in North Texas, the Frisco, McKinney, Collin County area. Thank you so much.